Alright, so coming into the day, it's 10-6-25. I'm leaning towards bearish. Reason why is I've been seeing a pattern ever since the government, this whole shutdown. We've been dumping at market open and then taking all-time highs back overnight. So I kind of just want to see that again. It's a no news Monday. We also have an SMT with all-time highs on ES, and on ES we had this 4-hour rejection block get respected to the tick of our OTE that I wanted to see. So I want to see this flush down as well on ES. We also have these relative equal lows down here. Okay, good. This is going good. Although I did want to see this negative one get hit, but we had our London leg right here that tapped into our negative 4.25. We rejected off of that, our key level. I want to see a sweep of that and to touch the negative 4.2, negative 4.5, but we can also still just hit this, and I want to see off of this 1 hour close or respect of either the 0.5 or the 0.62 before we move down. If we do sweep liquidity again, that would be perfect. I just want to see a reaction of this negative 4.5. Targets are this NWOG down here and true day open lining up. We have previous day low. We have a 4-hour rejection block, London low, and midnight as targets right here. We have these relative equal lows on the 5-minute. I want to see all this. I guess you could just say this is a 15-minute swing. Yeah, I want to see that kind of do its thing. We have these bullish inefficiencies kind of holding us up right now. I want to see just it to come back up into this area. I don't want to see a continuation long. I do want to see our dump that we normally get and hopefully be correct about that. But that is kind of my bias for this morning. I am short. Obviously, it's based off of just probability, so we're going to see. So I think I'm just going to pause it here and then come back at market open and try and see if we can get a trade and see if I can record it, record my thoughts and all that. Okay. Alright, so far bias was definitely correct. Somewhat of a hesitation over here with me because of there's not really much of an entry. We ended up kind of disrespecting this 5-minute, but we respected this BPR. I actually ended up placing this right here on this. Let's see if we still keep respecting this. We're kind of reacting off of a bunch of these unfilled 15 minutes down here and this this wick. I see this as a rejection block. We could see price come back up. 15 minutes when it close as well, but kind of a hesitation on the combine. I don't want to see price. I want to see this 1 minute kind of hold right here. Shouldn't see price come above where my cursor is, or we shouldn't see it really close above. We could get a or this actually, you know what, we could get right here actually. I think we're just going to chop for a bit before we distribute lower. But there was kind of a hesitation on the combine. This was the only entry right here that I was looking for. This 1 minute right here, we ended up inversing it, BPR, and kind of just really hesitated. It happened so fast. That's something I really need to work on. So I respected that BPR, so I want to see this push lower now. Alright, but yeah, this is the practice right now, and I'm just targeting that NWOG for us. I'm already at break even because we already took this low. But yeah, entry was basically off that 0.5 of the rejection block. Excuse me, Jesus. That 0.62 could have been an entry, but we ended up not even hitting that. It's really, literally a tick away. So I want to see this. This could have been another entry. This BPR inverse is really small though. But that doesn't really matter. You know, size doesn't matter. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened so far. I mean, we got our bias was right and our conviction was pretty much right. And we ended up getting an entry on the practice. It's just something about not hesitating on the combine. You know, obviously I wouldn't want to set this, I don't know. Really just stop with hesitation. I really need to stop that. There were plenty of other entries too. We had this 3 minute, and of course our first presented 1 minute right here. But we had this main. The next highest time frame was this 3 minute .5. Ended up getting respected. Could have entered off of that. Still, it was about like right here. Stops at this high where our manipulation was. Targeting all the way down here for 75. So that would have worked out too, but I mean it's pretty much over. But yeah, I just need to stop hesitating. We do create SMT with these lows, but I don't really care about internal SMTs. They're kind of dumb. And these relative equal lows right here as a target. Let's see that. So we are getting some pullback. Kind of come back into this. We had some pullback. I'm still confident. I just want to see. I think we're just getting kind of a somewhat of a retracement off those relative equal lows. It's a 15-minute swing. We had this 15-minute BPR after inversing all this. I want to just see this kind of get respected. If we were to come back and close above this 15-minute, obviously that would stop me out. And then if we closed above here, I'd want to see the 15-minute close above here, but before going to all-time highs. But we are somewhat respecting this. I want to see this 1 minute BPR get disrespected too. I don't want to see a reaction off this wick. I want to see it close below. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I pretty much just want to see that. We could definitely get some reactions. If we do, I'd want to see this 5 minute for sure close down right here. We didn't create any new highs or anything. We did kind of on the lower time frames. We're just trailing down. So I want to see us make another lower low and then a lower high and just kind of continue that downtrend. We had, yeah, I don't want to see this as, I want to see this as our manipulation. Especially on No News Monday, I don't see how we can, we're not going to create a big manipulation like this. We're not going to create a big manipulation leg like this to continue back up, I think, in my opinion. This is definitely our distribution. So I want to see this continue. We need to get a good 5 minute close here. We could chop for a bit. I did note that down before market even opened, that we could chop, but I'll be back with an update. Alright, so update, we're just getting the most insane chop ever, bro. Frickin' ES has already taken London. It's about to hit new week opening gap. So I mean, that's what's causing this, I guess. I still want to see NQ do it and hit that. 10 a.m. we created this 4-hour gap below. So we might just push off of that. I don't want to see that. I still can really just see like this coming down. I mean, if we closed above these all-time highs, then yes. Alright, then yeah, I would want to see longs. Right? But we didn't on the 1 hour and we didn't on the 4 hour. Those are my two main and higher time frame I go off of when it comes to structure. We did on the 30 minute, but I mean still, it just, I would want to see you know, these levels get hit. Especially mainly just the NWOG, honestly. Such a weird word. But oh, I guess we're getting something. We're getting a little bit of something. We're just reacting off this 15 minute and the 30 minute BPR. So let's see. Definitely could have used that as an entry, that 30 minute BPR. Yeah. Whatever. It's whatever, I guess. You can also see this as a rejection block, but it's whatever. Alright. We'll update later. Maybe I take some, maybe I don't. Pretty sure I won't, but alright, so it's the end of the day. I've already went to school. Blah blah blah. The first video explained So pretty much my bias was correct. I was right about, market dumping off open, and not going higher. We had an SSMT on these highs right here. We had our London leg marked out. I was waiting. I didn't and I did want to see at the same time this level get hit, but we already ended up actually, sweeping liquidity up here on the lower time frame. So we had that and this, and pretty much the targets were, the first target was this relative equal lows right here, but the main target was pretty much this midnight 4-hour London low, new day opening, or new week opening gap. And that would have been a great target. I ended up taking a trade with only one micro. Whenever I practice, I usually just do one micro, just because I don't really I don't care about racking up 10,000 bands on the practice. I really don't care. It's all about the points. How many points can you actually secure? And with that, it would have been pretty much 88, a max of like 100. Alright. What happened here was, ES had already taken out that London low and gotten to that new week opening gap. 10 a.m. we created this 4-hour gap right here that we ended up trading into, sweeping this liquidity and tapping into this 4-hour gap, and then continuing all the way to all-time highs. So, I mean, it's kind of weird because ES obviously took all these draws on liquidity before NQ. And after the government shut down, like, it's kind of just like both of them don't really act together, which is something I need to note. But that's pretty much what happened. So, I mean, if I took this on a regular combine, I definitely would have gotten to the, obviously, the 1500 that I need. So it would have been a good trade. I did enter off of, there was a 1-hour rejection block right here that we made. I used the fib, I marked this out, and I just entered off the 50% of that rejection block, and it entered right here, basically a top tick, I guess you could say. But yeah, even though we did inverse this 5-minute, I just was so confident in market dumping, even though we were in bullish order flow. But yeah, the next trade was, I did a little small, another 1 micro trade. It was something over here. I can't, oh, it was like something up here. Oh, it was, wait a minute, where is it? What did I take? Was it the 1 minute? I don't know. There was some up here. We took all-time highs, and I was like, you know what? We're probably about to dump or something. I entered somewhere over here. Oh, I entered right here. Okay. What was the reason? Oh, okay. It was the 3-minute. 3-minute inverse that we had. I entered off of this. I entered off the 50%, I think. Or was it lower? It was right at the start of that. Right at the start of the BPR. I entered off of that. And I exited right here because I was targeting this 5-minute swing low. That was, there was also a 1-hour gap right there that we had. And we actually ended up inversing it, but, it was pretty good. Pretty good trade. Just small little scalp. If I was paying attention, I saw that we had these relative equal lows in a 30-minute all the way down here, then yeah, I would have targeted that. Probably. Let me see real quick. I mean, how many points is this? This is almost 60. It's pretty crazy. That's a decent amount, actually. Especially with 1 contract. So yeah, that's my journal for today. Bias was right. Obviously, I don't have anything to prove of it yet, just because of the way that I practice trade, and also today was more of a hesitation. We had a 1-minute entry on market open that was really clean, and I kind of hesitated just because it happened so fast. We got this 1 minute IFEG, didn't close right there, finally closed right there. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, we already took this low down here. You know, this could just be a small manipulation up, and then, you know, I don't know. You know, just hesitation. Should always trust my gut. I mean, on the practice, I ended up just doing it right there, but, you know, this would have been a really good entry. I bet you some people took this. We had the first presented gap right here, too, that also worked. And that's pretty much it. We also had like a 15-minute right here with a 30-minute BPR to push us down. But, yeah, that was pretty much the trade. My thoughts, what I did to get that. If we don't take this overnight, then I'm targeting that tomorrow. So, yeah. Peace.